Shit, lagging too. Damn, shit pixelated. Shit pixelated as hell. Hold on, I gotta fix the camera. Mm. Alright, let's see. Still pixelated. Hold on. Shit lagging too. Fuck. Alright, let's try this. Man, shit lagging. Yeah, hold on. Mm. It's just working good. No, I don't want to work. Not too much. It's glitching. My volume. Why is it acting like that? Okay. Still lagging though. gotta get for it. Okay, cool. But, guys, just exit out the app. God damn. Alright. It was a little laggy, but we got it together. Took this long. Damn. Alright. Might have to back up. Damn. Alright. Might have to back up. Alright. Alright, we good. Alright. Alright, what's good, y'all? It's Butterfly Mac, and we back. Yeah. Alright, so where we left off from, we did 17 and 18. If you missed that, past live streams are on the channel. Go ahead, you know what I'm saying? Go back, watch that before you come over here. Um, the last thing, what happened? Not gonna lie, they fucked in the basement. That's all you need to know. So, they ain't not mad at each other, nothing. They did it in the basement. So, we should be at the end. After that, I'll explain later. But after that, we're gonna do something. All right, let's get started. I'm always trying to get my money. 19. All right. I quietly hum to myself as I straighten the cushions on the couch, bumping them up until I'm happy with how they're sitting. Tonight is the first time Gray is coming over since we slept together. See, I told you, hey, I gave you a recap. That's all you need to know. I don't quite know why, but my stomach feels full of butterflies. I tell myself it's normal in this situation. Things are so new between us, especially since he found out the truth of who I really am. The nerves will ease eventually. I've just put on some music when there's a knock on the door, and I take a deep breath as I head over to open it. He's early, but I don't mind. In fact, I'm excited to see him. Surprise! She followed him. I take it aback when I swing the door open to find not Gray, but Sarah. I don't know why I was going to say Savannah. Sarah grinning back at me. Oh, what are you doing here? I frown. Only now noticing Jed standing right behind her. He gives me a small wave, and by the look on his face, I'm guessing he's been dragged into all this by my crazy best friend. If that's your version of a warm welcome, I hate to see how you greet Gray when he shows up. Sarah tuts as she pushes her way aside. You said Gray was cooking tonight. She elaborates. And now that the two of you are all loved up, what could be better than a double date? We are not official, I point out, smothering a smile of my own. And Gray is cooking dinner for me, not for the entire neighborhood. Come on, aren't you happy we stopped by? I sigh at her as she plops down on the sofa, mixing up the kisses I just straightened up in love. Who told her, bro? Gray told Jed and Jed told Sarah. That's what happened. I'm al- I, I'm always happy to see Sarah, but she knew that Gray and I had plans tonight. Still, it's so she ran her big mouth. That's what happened. Still, it's nice to see that I'm not the only one who's excited about my new relationship with him, if I can call it that.
Ugh.
I'm sorry. I told her to ask you instead of just showing up like this. Jed asked as the two of us watched her from the doorway. Now is more preferable, I grumbled quietly, already mourning my night alone with Gray. Jay gives me an apologetic look as if he read my mind. I'm starting to get the feeling that he's learning quickly how persuasive Sarah, wow, I said it again, Sarah can be.
Um.
How about I grab Sarah and take her out to that new restaurant in town? That way we won't get in the way of the offers. I glance at my best friend, already happily settled on the couch while she flips through her phone and smile a little. No, it's all right. I wave a dismissive hand, though I appreciate the thought. You're already here. It'd be rude to kick you out now.
Hmm.
No, it wouldn't. What? It's supposed to be a singular date. Brought her ass over here. Nobody say that. Here, we brought this. It better be some motherfucking wine. Keep playing. Jed holds up a bottle of wine. Good shit. He's carrying it. Thought it might soften the blow a bit. That definitely helps, yup. I grin in return as I take the bottle and set it
Hmm.
aside. I think she just really wanted to check up on you after last night. Make sure everything's okay, Jed admits, which has me softening a little bit more. As you can see, I'm perfectly fine. I say loud enough for Sarah to overhear. This must appease her because I swear I see her shoulders droop in relief as she sinks down further into the couch.
Hmm.
So what's for dinner? She tosses up her phone, tosses her phone aside as heads over to join her. No idea. You'll have to ask Gray when he gets here. I start to say. Another knock on the door distracts me from the two of them. If it's not Gray this time, I'm gonna be seriously perplexed. Pulling the door open, I thankfully find ooh, I fucked it up. Pulling the door open, I thankfully find him standing there, a shopping bag in each hand. I smile at him in relief. I hope you don't mind, but you'll be cooking for four. I say in greeting, letting him pass through before shutting the door. Gray chuckles softly as he enters, letting me take one of the bags from his hands while he shakes his head
Huh.
at the others. I should have known you two would sneak your way into our date night, he jokes. You're lucky I brought extra.
Mm.
See, it all worked out in the end, Sarah declares. I sigh at her, though she only gives me a trumpet smile in return, and Gray and I head to the kitchen. Sorry about them. They just showed up without warning. I start putting the bag I'm holding down in the kitchen. Gray follows suit, putting down his bag before wrapping his arms around my waist and pulling me closer. I inhale his scent and relax into him. All of a sudden, the fact that we have two unexpected dinner guests doesn't seem to matter as much anymore. Funny how he has that effect on me.
Hmm.
I would have liked to have you to myself, but we've got plenty of time for that. Gray teases as he leans in, catching my lips with his. His touch floods my body with warmth, and for a moment I wish we were all alone, but that we could forget all about dinner and move straight on to other things. Oh, he's trying to get freaky. Hold on. He kisses me slow and deep for long enough that when we break apart, his head is spinning. My feet is trying to remember how to stay flat on the ground. So, what's on the menu tonight? I asked in an attempt to bring myself back down to
Hmm.
earth. I can think of one thing I like to eat. What you talking about, Gray? What you talking about? He growls as he dives into my neck, kissing me all over. Gray, remember we're not alone. I giggle in my attempt to swat him away. He chuckles and pecks me on the tip of my nose before turning back to the shopping bag.
Hmm.
Relax, I'm cooking pasta carbonara. He winks. It's an old family recipe. My face lights up in the light, but if there's one thing I love to eat, it's pasta. Do you want any help? I asked. And I asked as I stepped beside him, watching him pull out the ingredients from the mix.
Huh.
You could pour the wine, he suggests. With a nod, I grab a few wine glasses for the cupboard, reaching for the bottle that Gray unpacks from the shopping bags. I pour a generous amount in two glasses, heading out to hand them over to Sarah and Jed. When I return to the kitchen, I fill up the other two for Gray and I.
Huh.
Thanks, Gray says as he takes the glass I hand to
Um.
him. Do you have a large pot? He asks, glancing around the kitchen. Yes, it's just in the cupboard down there. I point in the direction of the pots and pans. I lean back against the counter and sip on my wine, watching him work. This sounds sexy about a man. Yes, especially as, especially one as hot as Gray.
Eh?
Valid. Like, I don't mind a man cooking for me. Go ahead, make some pots. What are you smiling at? He asks. He asked me after a while. I shake my head and chuckle lightly. It's just funny. I would never have imagined the Phantom standing in my kitchen and cooking with me.
Eh.
Well, I never would have imagined wanting to do half of the things to Butterfly Mac that I've done to you. But here we are, he says wickedly. I blushed, thinking of just last night down in the basement, of his hands all over me and the way he made my body feel. I've thought about it a lot today. Are you sure there's nothing else I can help you with? I asked before I let myself get carried
Huh.
away. Positive, he says with a little laugh. I'm supposed to be cooking for you. Remember? Go and relax. I do a double take at that, and someone who's used to doing everything myself, it feels a little strange to leave Gray to do the work while I go and put my feet up. But it looks like he's the boss, at least for tonight. Heading back into the living room, I find Sarah and Jed chatting happily, the radio humming quietly in the background.
Ah.
Kicked him square in the chest and had him sprawled, sprawled flat out on his back. The guy had to be at least 5 times her size. Sarah is saying to Jed, using her hands to elaborate her
Oh.
story. That's impressive, Jed says in return, his arms draped across the back of the couch in a picture of relaxation. What are you talking about? I asked fiercely, sipping on the wine as I hover
Ah.
nearby. I was just telling Jed about the kickboxing competitions you used to enter during school, Sarah
Hmm.
explains, and how epic you were, she adds with a grin. I laugh at her description. Sorry, it was I was pretty good at kickboxing back in the day, but I was nothing
Huh?
special. You don't train anymore? Jed turns his head to ask. Not since school, I answer, thinking back on those days
Hmm?
at the gym. Jed nods. Why did you stop? If you don't mind me asking. It was my mom's idea for me to start taking classes for self defense. I explained. By the time I finished school, I had other things on my mind, like opening up a boutique for the
Hmm.
kids. That explains how you could hold your own against the Riversiders last night. Jed muses before he turns to Sarah.
Uh.
So what about you? Where did you learn how to fight? He teases her. Sarah raises her fist, pretending to take a fighter stance against him.
Ah.
Amaya says, show me a few tricks, and the rest I picked up on my own, she says playfully. We weren't good little girls staying home to do our homework during high school, you know. We were out on the streets defending our turf, she says.
Huh.
Still not know it. Jan snorts. Despite that outrageous hairstyle you had back then, that's the first thing I noticed about you. Hey, it was popular at the time. Thank you very much. Sarah defends herself. Back, back me up here, Maya. And yes, sir. I think it's suited for you. I say with a smile
Hmm.
at my friend. See, thank you for confirming what I've already knew. Sarah glows. We spend some more time talking about high school and the trouble we used to get ourselves into. And by the time I return and check on Gray, I'm feeling more than a little nostalgic. Though when I enter the kitchen, the first thing that hits me is the smell. Cheese, bacon, and fresh herbs. My stomach starts to grumble as I inhale, deeply imagining how much better it's going to taste. That smells really good, I say dreamily, hovering around the stove. Great chuckles. It's almost ready. Do you have some pasta bowls? I grab a few large bowls and some cut, cutlery, and then refill our wine glasses while Gray is serving them up. We take everything out to the dining room table and order Jed and Sarah to sit down and tuck in.
Hmm.
Looks like you got yourself a keeper. Sarah teases as she takes the seat across from me, her eyes wide, taking in the spread Gray has cooked up. If only you could lend Jed some of your cooking skills, she sighs. Hey, my cooking is not that bad. Jed protests. Sarah smirks as she leans towards me, a single eyebrow arched in amusement. He made me spaghetti and meatballs when we first started dating. The pasta was half cooked, and the meatballs had lumps of flour in them. It's the thought that counts, Jed pouts, earning a kiss on the cheek from Sarah. I smile at them both. I'm glad that they decided to show up, even if I was hesitant at first. Sarah offers me a slice of the crusty bread she's just cut into, and when our eyes met, our lips tilting into twin smiles, I know exactly what she's thinking. Not in a million years would we have ever thought we'd be sitting at my dinner table with the leader of the Capo gang and his best friend. 10 years ago, even a month ago, the thought would have been absurd. Yet here we are, and I can't remember a time when I was happier. The, I eye the food in front of me and breathe it in, ready to get stuck in it. Everything looks amazing. As I predicted, the first mouthful has me sighing in contentment. It's really good.
Huh.
I'll take that as a sign you like it, Great Grins. It's amazing, I say wistfully. We all finish our meals together, chatting, laughing, and drinking the entire time. When we thoroughly clean our plates, Sarah and Jane head into the kitchen to do the washing up, while Gray and I move to the couch together. My head is buzzing from the wine after finishing both bottles. Damn! Well, it is. Nah, I was finna give them. It is 4 people. Hell no, they went through them bottles. Gray and Jed had brought over, and we had dug out another one from my kitchen. Despite that, I'm feeling so full and content that nothing could be more perfect in this moment right now. Gray sits close while I curl my leg on the couch and get comfortable. He still smells good. He always smells good, and the scent only makes my head spin more. After speaking so much about high school with Sarah and Jed earlier, it made me think of Gray and what had happened to him back then. Jed hadn't said much about it, but it seems like now is a good time as any to bring it up. What happened after you got arrested that night back in school? You just disappeared, I asked slowly, wondering if Gray will talk to me about such things. He stays quiet for a moment, as though thinking it through.
Uh.
I left town, went to stay with some relatives outside the city, and their business, working their business for a bit.
Hmm.
I took a pretty low blow when I was expelled, but spending some time away for everything was good for me. You didn't miss it, the city
Yeah.
Sure, sure. I miss certain things, Jay, most of all, he grins. How did you, how did you end up working with Ivan? I continued. I assumed that both of you hated each other back then.
Uh.
I ran into Ivan soon after I returned to the city. I was tired of all the fighting by then and had no interest in returning to all that, so we started working together instead, Gray
Hmm.
continued. In the beginning, we were running a small betting ring, taking a cut of the profits. Soon, more and more people were coming up to us wanting in on the action. We figured we had a pretty good thing going. We also had, we also had the means to make it even better.
Hmm.
One thing led to another, and poker became our thing. I found this place by accident. It was abandoned at the time, he says. You never want to do anything else? Find a different kind of job? I asked, aware that I'm asking too many questions, but still curious nothing else. You mean a job that's not illegal?
Yeah.
He chuckles, maybe. Although I'm not sure what skills I had on offer besides the ones I picked up while working with Ivan, he asked. I don't know. You seem like a capable businessman. Maybe you'll think of something along those lines, I suggest. He smiles at the thought but says nothing more on the
Hmm.
topic. What about you? What did you do after the academy? He asked after a few moments. I was totally fixated on opening my own boutique, I said. I studied fashion and learned a little bit about the business side of things. When my grandma passed away, she left me a small inheritance. That was enough to help me get this place set up. I gestured below to the boutique a level below us.
Hmm.
So you living on your dream? Yeah, I am. I say with a
Ugh.
smile. I'm happy for you. He said genuinely, taking my hand in his. My breath catches in my throat when he leans forward, his gaze flickering towards my lips as he lifts a hand to my face. When he kisses me, I melt, letting my eyelids flutter close as I lose myself in him.
Hmm.
All right, lovebirds, we're out of here. Sarah, oh shit, you already know it's time as soon as they leave. Hello. Sarah interrupts as she walks back into the living room. Gray and I pull apart abruptly, and equally guilty, and an equally guilty smile plastered on both of our faces.
Hmm.
Thanks for having us, Jed. Jed says as I walked them to the door.
Hmm.
Food was great as usual. He adds a wink at Gray. After saying goodnight to the two of them and seeing them out the door, the atmosphere in the room changes. Now finally, Gray and I are alone, and for the first time since our escapade, es- escapade, I said it right, okay, down in the basement. Gray seems to be thinking much of the same thing. Taking me by the hand, he leads me back towards the couch where we sit together, even closer this time. Thank you for tonight. Dinner was delicious. I speak first. Really those vanilla exterior butterflies fluttering back into my stomach.
Hmm.
Well, I had to impress you somehow, just in case last night didn't do the trick. Gray jokes. I bite down my lip as I giggle. I think this point he can consider me thoroughly impressed. I went to the doctor to get tested today, by the way. I'm just waiting on the results, I tell him. I thought it might be a good idea for when I'm ready to go further with you. I mean, if we're planning on keeping this going, I add quickly, feeling my feeling my face go warm at the assumption.
Oh.
I was planning on doing the same thing. Seems like we're on the same page. Gray grins as he leans in closer. Will you stay tonight? I whispered before his lips meet mine, seeing seeing them tilt in
Ugh.
amusement. I'll stay, Gray says, his breath warm on my skin. But don't go getting any wild ideas. Why not? I asked, feeling hazy from both his scent and the lingering effects of the wine. I'm drunken. Woo! This shit far! Hey, hold on. Screenshot. Yeah, and that nigga find out close. Ah, let me get your eyes open. Hold on. His eyes was just open. Yo, don't make me mad, bro. Alright, I gotta get him open. I gotta get him open. Hold on. Hold on. We'll let that go away real quick. Take a pause, guys. Let's admire the scenery. Beautiful. You see this? Beautiful. Hold on. Let me see if I can get his eyes open. Oh, he fucking. Alright. Oh, shit. Alright. Let's lock in. Let's lock in. I love these things. Gray pushes me. Gray pushes a few strands of my hair away from my face. His touch sending a shiver straight through me. He cups my he cups the side of my face, his thumb running over my lower lip while his eyes locking.
Hey.
It's been getting late, and when I hold on, right here. Okay, let me get into character. Hold on, let me lock in, cause what I'm reading, I can't even. All right, because it's getting late, and when I fuck you again, I want to I want to take my time with you. You want to take my time? You want to take my time? He said quietly, quite
Hmm.
seductive. Oh, and I need you to be level-headed enough to appreciate every single drop of pleasure. I'm going to give you God. Dang. He adds with a small
Hmm.
smirk. Woo, woo. All right, you should get some sleep before you have to get up for work, he murmurs. What if I don't want to sleep? I ask, my breath catching when his gaze drops into my mouth. He pushes his thumb into my mouth, and I close my lips around it. What the fuck is going on? Making it freaky. Freaky dicky! Sucking gently and teasing the tip with my tongue. That tongue thing. Go, I know you heard this. Alright, we gotta lock in, bro. There's so many things distract me. Alright, a soft growl escapes him, coming from somewhere deep in his chest.
Uh,
You make it incredibly hard to be good, he whispers, his voice coming out hoarse. All I'm hearing is that I make you incredibly hard. Ooh, talk your shit! Talk your motherfucking shit! I tease him with a knowing
huh.
look. That too, he grins in just the way he's sitting, confirming my point. Pushing myself up from the couch, I sink into my knees in front of him. The smile on my face, nothing short of sinful. There are plenty of other ways I can think of to have fun, I say wickedly. Go ahead, do y'all thing. Just do y'all want to. Go ahead, hit the bed, man. Things quickly turn steamy between us, heating up to temperatures that we have. Hold on. Heating up to temperatures that had me burning all over and gasping for air. I prove to Gray while he may be the one in control, I know a few tricks of my own that, that can have him unraveling at the seams. Look at you. And you threw in a little sewing joke type shit. Afterwards, I happily do as great orders, and the two of us head to the bed for some much needed rest. I fall asleep in his arms, lulled into dreams by his familiar scent and the safety that I feel whenever I'm with him. Who would have thought that my old rival, the one who threatened so much of my existence back in high school, back in high school, would now be the one that I'm falling for? That you get dig down by too. What's that, man? After closing up the store the next day, I head down to the basement in search of Greg. I find him. I find him. I find him there alone, wiping down the table in the middle of the room, rearranging the chairs.
Hmm.
Hey, he looks up as I enter, giving me a smile. Hi, I hesitate in the doorway for a
Hmm.
moment. Why are you looking at me like that? He grunts, cocking his head to the side. I blow out a breath, hesitating for a moment. There's something I've been thinking about all day, but I'm not sure how he'll react to it. I'm wondering if I could sit in on the game tonight. I say, biting the bullet. You know, a real game this time, just to check it all
Uh.
out. You sure you want to do that? He asks, his eyes dipping in the middle. Yes, I assure him. He thinks for a moment before giving me a sharp nod of his
Hmm.
head. All right, come on in, he says. I let out a I let out a relieved breath as I head into the room, jumping straight into helping Gray get everything ready for the night. A short while later, the first of players start to arrive, and soon enough, the room is full
Uh.
of them. Hey guys, most of you will remember my son, Amy's son. Gray announces as we take a seat at the table together. I recognize Jed, of course, and a few other familiar faces from the Dragon Den game. Now that I know it was all an act, I feel a little bit silly for having fallen for it all, but I put on a brave face, nothing less. All right, the one guy. All right, one of the guys says as recognition dawns on his face. Here for another game of Dungeon Den. Jed gives you a solid nudge. Jed gives him a solid nudge on the shoulder.
Uh.
It's Dragon Den, you nitwit, and if that's what we were pretending to play, but you have already spoiled it. He gives me an apologetic smile, one that I had a little trouble reciprocating, as I still feeling a little bit of an idiot. It's alright. I know about everything, I say, giving Gray a look. Gray told me what really goes on down here. Before I finish my sentence, every pair of eyes in the room snaps towards the door behind me. Did he now? Oh shit! Here go Ivan trying to start some shit. Did he now? And I suppose next he'll be wanting to cut you into our business as well. Oh, bitch, we got a problem. It's my man now. I'm gonna need that money. No, I ain't asking for that. I got a job, nigga. If he give me a choice of time, like, bitch, I got a boutique right up motherfucking stairs. I don't need your illegal money, nigga. The fuck? Why? I fucking hate Ivan. I swear to goodness, that nigga. Oh, hold on. The voice, the voice booms from the doorway. I don't have a, I don't have to turn to know that Ivan is just arrived.
Oh.
Although I have to admit, you make a pretty cute barmaid. Fetch, bitch, who you fucking talking to? Fetch me a drink, will you, sweetheart? Nah, bitch, that ain't my job, nigga. I came to play, nigga. What? Hey, I don't fuck with this nigga. Get your own drink, bitch. For my nigga, get your ass. Fuck.
Hmm.
For my nigga, get you. Gray stares at me in return. So if you're not a barmaid, then why are you here? I came to play. If that ever becomes your business, then I'll be sure to let you know, motherfucker. Mm, I say from I say from between gritted teeth.
Oh.
Perhaps you are. Ooh, he's talking shit. Who is you talking to, bitch? Oh, this nigga make me mad. Perhaps you are entertainment for the evening, he says lightly. Ooh, Gray.
Hmm.
Gray and Jay, get your nigga, man. Get your nigga before I get mad. If you are, I say you're a little overdressed, sweetheart. All right, that's enough. There we go, Gray. Get him, Gray. Get him. Get that motherfucker. Gray, Gray intercedes with a growl before I can launch myself across the table at Ivan. Ivan chuckles out loud as he rounds the table and finds a seat, looking nothing
Hmm.
short of a mug. Relax. Everyone's so tense in here tonight.
Huh.
He croons. Let's just get started. Gray says coldly as he shuffles a little closer to me. I'm finna whoop Ivan ass in this card game. Hey, go ahead, fold, bitch. I'm talking shit. He's like, all right, you know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna whoop his ass. Gray gets the game started, and I watch as he deals out the cards, and everyone makes their bets using the little plastic chips that they purchased with real money. I sit back and try to keep from distracting the players, knowing that I'm simply here to observe. One person in particular, however, is making that extremely difficult. I can feel Ivan's eyes on me the entire time, and even when I catch him staring at me, he doesn't look away. He simply smiles that unnerving smile of his, the one that leaves me unsure as to what he's up to or what he could be planning. I do my best to ignore him, focusing on the game in front of me instead.
Hmm.
So, what do you think? Gray whispers in my ear after the first round. I watch him take back the cards from the table and shuffle them between his hands with ease. It seems similar enough to what we played the other night, just with more
Hmm.
cards, I assert. Gray nods, pretty much, yeah. Although more cards also mean more ways to win. He deals out the cards between the players with impressive speed. It's obvious that he has plenty of experience as a
Eh.
dealer. You're also you also have to know how to read people, he adds. Like I told you the other night during our game. Some people are easier to read than I suddenly blush when I think about how the game went. Girl, you giving out signals to Ivy that's dead as serious. But he don't know. He don't need to know. Hold on, hold on. I suddenly blush when I think about how that game had ended and how the two of us ended up having sex right on top of the table. Luckily, we cleaned we cleaned well, but I'd be mortified if any of the guys ever found out. The next round commences, and the longer I watch the game in front of me, the more I have trouble trying to understand what is so bad about it. I understand that it's the legal part of the game is the money. that is put into in one from the games, but it doesn't seem so bad to me. So, this round's in quickly, and the winner takes his earning, getting ready for the next game. From what I've gathered in the past, these games can sometimes run into the early hours of the morning, although Gray has always made sure they didn't keep me from getting any sleep.
Ah.
So, my son, are you going to play with us? Jed asked, drawing my attention to him.
Mm.
You gotta pay for a seat at the table, or are we changing the rules up for every pretty girl who walks in here? Ooh, Ivan! Back the fuck up! Ivan interrupts from across the table, his fist clenched into a ball as he glances. Bitch, you mad? No, fuck! Jed just asked the question. He doesn't seem happy with the thought of me playing, even though I had no desire to throw my money away on gambling. I just can't help but to press his button. I might be interested. What's the cost to play? I inquired, giving Ivan a pointed look and watching his scrawl deepen.
Hmm.
Absolutely not. Grace said for his tone low today. Gray, I was just kidding. It's you was not finna gang up on me. What the fuck? It's not funny. How you gonna have me observe and watch y'all play, but then get mad when I say I might join in? The fuck? Now y'all all grouped up against me. When Jen the one came up with the idea. Fuck you, nigga. It's not funny. He cuts off with a growl as he deals the cards out to the others. You're not finna do this in front of everybody, goddamn. I'll go back upstairs. I sit back in my seat, startled by his reaction. It's rare that I hear Gray take that kind of tone with anyone. Hey, but he been doing it a couple times with us, and I don't like that. The fuck? Tension hangs in the air, and I notice how the other players shift with in their seats uncomfortably. All but Ivan, who sits back in the seat, grinning smugly. Yep, motherfucker. What you doing? No, no, I have not. I'm not doing nights. No way. No, I haven't. Devon, back up. I'm not done with 19. You gotta wait.
I'm sorry. You might have to cut it short.
No, get the fuck on.
Come on,
No. Devon.
I'm lagging OD hard. Come on, please. Just this one time. Just this once. Just this once.
Devon, I can't. Bro, I'm in the middle of a stream, bro. There's no way. No, just wait.
Because you know I gotta get up at 7.
That's crazy.
Come on, please. Just this one time.
All right, bro.
You wanna hop on DVD with us?
No, bro.
No.
No.
All right, then.
I'm finna stop.
No, but you ain't gonna hop on the game with us. There's no point. You can just stream the game.